are you? Sorry I'm late. Sorry.
That's okay. So you're really taking the running thing to every extent.
Yeah. I'm the embodiment of it.
Oh my gosh. So how many interviews have you done this morning?
A couple. They've all seemed to,
To merge.
yeah. But it's really nice to be speaking with you.
It's lovely to be chatting with you. I've been watching you on Instagram. Your stories and your all your feed is just really inspiring.
Oh, thank you. Hey, that's a nice dog you've got in the background.
That's actually my dog and my husband. Say hi.
Hi.
Ah.
We just got back from a walk. We're doing that juggling thing with school holidays, as I'm sure you are. Oh, your little ones at school yet, or are they at kindy?
Oh, well, they're still little. So Huckabye is going to be 4 in December, and the baby is 1.5.
Oh,
So Huckabye's at preschool today, which is
that's
good. And Michael, my partner's got the baby.
Oh, okay, good, awesome, perfect. Your new running program. How did that come about?
You know what? That came about because it was something that I felt I needed. After the birth of my first son, Huckabye, I wanted a running program and like advice on my running, but I also wanted a place that wasn't intimidating for me, returning back to running after having a baby, and a place where people in the community really understood what it was like being a mum, as I'm sure you'd know. Like you've got things that you want to do for yourself and things that are priorities, but that all has to take a step back when you think about your kids. So I guess I wanted the best of both worlds, I guess. So that's how the program came about. And I think this round that we're going into is the third time we've done it. So it's been really amazing. And sorry.
And so and some of the feedback that I've seen, like it's just you've given mums a little bit of inspiration and confidence to go, okay, I can do this, and
Yeah.
with your guidance and pushing. Because I was actually chatting to Ads, my husband, this morning, and we were saying you're either a runner or you're not. You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
Do you think this program will turn that around a little bit or change people's perception of running?
I think yes and no, because if you see a runner run past you and you think, oh, they look so fit, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd love to do it, but I'm not fit enough. I couldn't do it. And you're intrigued, but at the same time, you're telling yourself that you wouldn't be able to do it. I think definitely my program is for that person.
Right.
If you look at someone running past you and you just think that is a waste of time, not interested, never want to try it, then obviously
You're not even going to look in, yeah.
running's not for you, and that's fine because we've all only got 24 hours in our day, and as parents we don't get that much time to ourselves. So if you've got a window of time, fill that with painting or going to the gym or doing a gym class. But if you're intrigued by running and you feel like you want to give it a go, even if you're not a runner, I would say come and check out the program.
Yeah, because it's a very accessible form of exercise, and probably the mental space as well, because you are distancing yourself from, especially in lockdown, from your home. So you are in a way running away from any stress. Does that make sense?
Totally. I know for me that if I'm stressed or angry or thinking about something or have a fight with my partner, Michael, I know that if I get out the door, put my joggers on, go for a run, whether that's 15 minutes or an hour, I come back home and I feel calmer, but at the same time, more able to be able to cope with the challenges I've got in my day. I find that for me, running's taught me that I can do hard things. It's given me a lot of confidence in myself. I really believe running does that for you. And you can see that in the program with some of the testimonials we've had from the women in it. So to answer your question, yeah, if you're stressed or, just want to get out of the house, running is very accessible. But it's also good for mums too, right? Because you don't need to waste time driving to the gym, waiting for a gym class to start. You literally just need a pair of joggers, maybe a good sports bra, and you can go and get it done.
Yeah, perfect. And you can, from what I've read about the program, you start out obviously with what you can do, but then you help motivate and push them a little bit further to what they actually think they can do. And then it's a whole sense of achievement and accomplishment, as well as the exercise element of it as well.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of people have said to me that they signed up because of me, but they said the reason they kept doing the program and the reason they kept running was because of all the other women in the group. Because you see everyone's encouraging each other, everyone's supporting each other, everyone is fun and genuine and no bullshit. And so that, for me, that's my favorite aspect about the program, is the community.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw when you go to sign up that you said if we were meeting in real life, you'd probably be opening a bottle of wine, which I thought was so cute. And also it's very, it's very nurturing, all your language throughout the program, when on that signing up. So it's kind of, just making you feel comfortable every step of the way.
Well, it's inclusive because I've been there wearing my compression mask, wearing my compression suit, feeling like I didn't belong at a gym, feeling really intimidated by people who were really fit and active. And I'm sure a lot of women would say the same about going to the gym or joining a new exercise program. It can be really intimidating. And so that for me was one of the aims, that it was inclusive, that it was diverse, that, I don't care what size, shape, weight, age, I don't care about any of those things. The only thing I care about is if you're willing to have a go and willing to do the training, because if you can do those things, the rest is easy. In 10 weeks, you'll be running 5 kilometers, no problems.
Yeah. And do you find that you've got mums that have signed up for, the second and third installments because they have progressed and they're going to that different level of length? Yeah,
totally. So we've had women who would describe themselves as not being a runner, had never run before. In the past 10 weeks of the program, they, successfully ran 5 kilometers and they've rejoined up to do the 10 kilometers. And by the same token, we've had women who've joined up to do the 10 kilometer program because they felt like at the time that was a stretch for them, but have now signed up to do the half marathon option, the 21 kilometers. So it's really, really good for me to see all of the women jumping in there in the community, giving each other shout outs, being encouraging, being supportive. And I really describe it as being the nicest community that you'll find out there.
Wow. Yeah. So, like some of the testimonials and the reviews, they're all very lovely and encouraging each other. So when you sign up, what can you expect? How does it all work?
Yeah, so when they sign up, they will get obviously, a couple of emails from me. They'll get access to the community on Facebook, and they'll get access to the training program itself, in that how far are you running, how long are you running for, what days are you running for. But then there's a lot of good tips on running technique. A lot of people don't know how to run, even though most of us would have run at some point or another as a kid or as a toddler, as a child. We might have lost that ability. So there's good videos on running technique, how to breathe, what to do if you get a stitch. There's great content from physios, because as a mum, I know that pelvic floor isn't what it used to be. So that element of it for me was really important too. I wanted mums to feel safe and supported with this new exercise regime that they were taking on. There's great live calls from myself, from the running coach, from the physios, from nutrition experts. And as well as that, there's a lot of content in there from me. So things like how to get out the door, how to stay motivated, what to think about while you're running, all of those things as well. So I think it's a really well-rounded course.
Wow, that's amazing. So like you said, all you really need is like some good running shoes, supportive bra, and then how would you manage meals and making sure you've got enough nutrients, after running, or to give you enough energy as well?
Yeah, we talk about that, like what to eat before a run, what to eat after a run. That's why we get the nutrition experts in there as well. But I think the main thing is it's not one of those places where you have to be doing everything perfectly, where you have to eat 500 grams of protein, 300 macro kilojoules of carbohydrate, 12 different amino acids and vitamins and minerals. Like for me, it's more about like just try and eat healthy, eat as best as you can, drink enough water, and just make sure you're doing your runs. And if you do those 3 things, you'll be fine. You'll be able to see the program through to the end.
Wow. And when you run, do you run listening to music, or what do you take with you when you run?
It depends how annoyed I am. Because sometimes if I'm in a really cranky mood, I won't listen to anything, and I'll just be, mulling things over in my head. But I really like to listen to gangster rap. I don't run with podcasts. I know some people do. I can't do that. But yeah, mainly just nothing or gangster rap. Land of extremes, that's me.
I can just see you running along to Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So it's amazing how you have created your community, and just how running something, it seems so simple, but it's just united so many women. It's just a true credit to you. What would you say to anyone out there kind of, saying, doubting themselves that they could even start, or, putting pressure on themselves that they wouldn't be able to maybe make it to the 5K?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone is thinking about doing it but deliberating, because like you said, they might be doubting themselves, or they might not have very much belief that they can do that. They might have tried other running programs and other running coaches, and they might have tried different apps and nothing seemed to work. I really believe that this program will work for you. I mean, we give refunds if it doesn't work for you, but I think with my support, my tips and encouragement, and the support from the community, and the sense of accountability you get from everyone in there, as well as the great running programs developed by a running coach, I really believe that if nothing else has worked for you, but you really want to be able to run, that we can help you with that.
And does it matter like where you live? Like, does it matter that if you're running around, suburbs on the road, or do you need like parks or beach, or is there anything environmentally that you need to take into account?
You know what? That's a good question. We've had women who've run the 5 kilometers on a treadmill, because that's the only time they could do their running was at night, and the kids were asleep, so they would run in their houses on a treadmill. We've had women who live on farms, there's no one around, and so they basically just do laps of their paddocks. We've had women who've had little toddlers at their home, and they've just done laps of their driveway for their training sessions. It's like that's what I mean. That's why it's amazing seeing the dedication that all of these women have in the program. And I just want to preface that by saying none of those women would say that they have a lot of willpower, a lot of dedication, or they are super committed. They just know that running makes them feel good. And so that's why they make time to do it. So there's no prerequisites about where you live. It's a virtual program, so you could live in Iceland or you could live in Sydney. It's just if you're willing to have a go and to commit to something.
Wow, amazing. And I think, like we were talking about lockdown, that you do need that mental space and that physical space just away from everything, because everyone's kind of living on top of each other. How have you coped with lockdown?
Look, it hasn't been too bad for me. I live on the South Coast, so we've only went into lockdown, I can't even remember now, but not that long ago. It was, my partner is a helicopter pilot, so he was working in Queensland. So I was home with the 2 boys, and that was quite hard being by myself. I'm lucky I've got, I could take the kids to preschool and had family helping, so that was good, but that was still hard. So I think that was the toughest time for me during this recent set of lockdowns.
You hear about a lot of women saying that, they can have it all, career and kids. How does that sit with you? Do you feel that's something that's achievable, or is just setting yourself up for more stress and disaster?
For me, in that I feel lucky. I feel like the work that I do is very rewarding and fulfilling, and I do get to see a lot of my kids, but I don't think I do both of those jobs fantastically all the time. So some weeks I am a really great parent and I'm on the ball and I'm making school lunches and all of those things, the next week I might be really busy at work. I might have deadlines. I might have meetings that go on for hours. I might not be the one picking up my kids from school. So on those weeks, I'm probably not being a very good mum, but I'm kicking goals in my career. So I think it's dropping that expectation that you have to do everything all at once perfectly to a very high standard. I hope that answer makes sense for
Yeah,
me.
absolutely.
Yeah. It's more of a juggle, and sometimes I forget things. Sometimes I forget my kids' hats or their water bottles, or like this morning a courier came and I forgot that I'd booked him in to pick up these boxes. And so, yeah, I'm not perfect. I do know that if I spend time with my family, if I'm moving forward on the goals that are important for me, and that if I feel fulfilled and happy most of the time, not all the time because that's not possible, but most of the time, I think that paints a really good picture of a healthy life.
Absolutely. A realistic life. And I love on Instagram how you have, you know, your days that you're absolutely like, you know, I nailed it, but you also, you know, share with your community the days that it's just been, you know, you felt really low or you haven't felt positive. It just adds a whole lot of realism, and I think everyone can really appreciate that, especially through social media that we all seem to be stuck to at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I love the expression that you can't polish a turd, because sometimes things are just shit, and like you can try and spin it or dress it up. It can sometimes just be really helpful to say, you know what, this situation is shit, it's crap, I don't want to be here. I think that can be really powerful when we allow ourselves to feel that way. And I feel like there's a culture of toxic positivity where you have to be happy and motivated and energetic and excited and enthusiastic and find the silver lining in things immediately. And that doesn't sit well with me, because I think if something bad happens, it's okay to say that was bad. I feel upset. I feel disappointed. I feel let down. I think all of those are really normal, valid human emotions. And I don't think we can bullshit our way, you know, out of how we're feeling.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I know you've got more interviews.
Hey, thanks so much for your time. And I'm really sorry I was running late.
Well, no problem at all. No problem.
Yeah,
At all.
thanks
So
so
lovely
much.
chatting with you.
You too, mate. You have a good one.
Yeah, you too. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.